Hey guys, this is Brendan from B's Music Shop here at NAMM 2022. We're here with Marc from Minarik, and we're going to be checking out some of the coolest guitars we've seen at the show so far.
So we're going to go over a few of the highlight guitars here at the booth. We've got two presentation models of our Masquerade shape that have been done in an indigenous Native American art theme. So we're very blessed to have La Ne'eo and Susan White, Native American artists. Feminine and masculine, it's sold as a set. They all come in shadow boxes to display. All the artwork on the fretboard on the two it matches. They're eagle feathers, dream catchers, a wolf up on the headstock. On both of these we've got the feminine and masculine inlay, and the truss rod covers, if you can see, they're actually blended in to the artwork, so you almost wouldn't know there's a truss cover there unless you saw the little screw to hold it down. Now there's stuff on the back, because when we do a presentation guitar, we don't leave a millimeter of the guitar untouched. So would you be all right if I opened the case and showed you something?
Goodness.
So it's a wolf that we have done in sepia, and a rope all up and down the neck and around the design. Now, because of the lights they're using here at NAMM, can you see that light purple glow?
Yeah.
Just a little bit? If we hit this with a black light, the skull of the wolf would jump out, and then you shut it off, it completely disappears. We're getting a little bit of it from these lights, but if I put a real black light, it would literally jump off the guitar. So we actually hide artwork in the guitars that you can only see with UV paint. It's invisible unless you get a light on it, basically. For their 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion ride at the Anaheim Disneyland. So the minute they were released, they were all snapped up by collectors. We held number 10 back so we'd be able to display it here at the show, let people see it in person, because otherwise they just disappear into a collection, you never see them again. Like the other custom we just showed you, we hid a ton of Easter eggs in this, including the UV paint. So one thing about Disneyland is they have hidden Mickeys. They hide little mouse ears on the rides. It's like a game to figure out where all of them are. So this one is loaded with those.
Nice.
We got a couple here in the suitcase. You got a little shadow one hiding right there in the building.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give them all away because some people like to figure out where they are, but there are some UV paint ones that are invisible until you hit it with a UV light. So up here in the skull moon, there's one hidden in there. There's some on the fretboard, and up on the top of the headstock, you can see it says number 10 in the center in brass. Each one of the 1 through 13 had a unique number, so each headstock plate was unique to the guitar because we had to switch the number on them under the finish. If you look at the spider web, that's all microfine white mother of pearl, and we had to mask all of that off to get that purple burst. It was a lot of work, but the effect is amazing. There's also crazy work on the back of this one, but before we get to that, these display frames were created for the guitar. There's two levels they had. One is the frame and the number of the guitar it is. The next level were the light up gargoyles. So this is like the total deluxe presentation frame with the little twinkle lights on the gargoyles. And it really sets the instrument off. It's a great way to display it and not have to keep it in a case all the time, in a closet somewhere. So the fretboard, because people ask about that, that is actually the wrought iron that they use on the ride that surrounds the entire house. So the wrought iron on the ride is green, so we use reconstituted green stone, and that's an actual, totally accurate representation of what the wrought iron looks like on the ride. Now, one thing I actually haven't been telling people is, as another thing to make it more like New Orleans, Louisiana, that area where the house was from, we built the guitar out of cottonwood, which is one of the swamp trees that they use there. So in the build, we actually went back to that level. So the back of the guitar, that's actually the wallpaper from the ride at Disneyland. Now, when you hit a black light on this, all of the eyes on all the little creatures light up green, all of them. And again, there's a couple of hidden items there too. I don't want to give all of that away, but one other thing we did, this shape is called a scroll. It's a Minarik guitar design, but we redesigned the back of the guitar just so it would look like a ghost was trying to scare you. There's his head, you see an arm there, and here's another arm. This is the only scroll model that looks like that. All the rest of them, the back looks different. So it's just another thing we did to make it special and more collectible for the people that purchase these. So it was really fun working with Disney. When I first started the company, which is probably like 20 years ago now, this is one of the shapes that I led with. It's called an Inferno. It's such a sonic marvel in tone because of the flame tongues. These actually act like tuning forks that are hanging off the back of the body that actually tune the sound. So it's like a giant tone machine. It looks really cool, but it's actually a technical marvel. And because of the shocking shape, it got us a lot of notoriety right off the bat. 20 years later, these still sell like you wouldn't believe. And there'll be a new, every 5 or 6 years, there'll be a new big artist that comes around and discovers these, and they're playing it all over the place. So it's got a lot of legs and a lot of longevity. So we still have a nice variety of ones here. We have some stars, a Von Dutch art scheme done on this. We have a shattered mirror top on this one. We've got a bedazzled like Swarovski crystals on this one. And then we have a solid gloss black. So lots of different colors. They continue to be an amazing part of the company. Even after 20 years, they're continuing to move. So this series, which is the cool part, these are under $1,000.
Really?
They're hundreds of dollars, not thousands, because they're our mass production line. So I know I've shown you some really outrageous customs that are really expensive, but this company also has things that the everyman can buy, and they're all based off of our custom handmade guitars. So even our production line ones feel like you're playing a $10,000 custom. So yeah, this is just an idea of some of the things we do, and without taking you down the rabbit hole too far. If you have any questions on anything, of course, come to the NAMM booth. We're at 5843. You can come see some of this stuff while you're here at NAMM. And if for the people that couldn't make it to NAMM, we've got these gentlemen here that are bringing NAMM to you. So that's fantastic, and thank you for coming by the booth and sharing the good vibes with us, and hopefully we gave your audience a little bit of eye candy to have some fun watching tonight.